Hi guys, my name is Richie Bayan. I'm an engineer with Modobag. I'm here to show you how to use and unbox your Modobag. So the first step when you receive it in the mail, turn it on its side so that this airplane logo is facing upward. Next step, you want to grab a blade and make sure it's not too sharp or too long because you don't want to damage your Modobag when you open it. But in case you do, we have a cut guard right here. The next step you do is you grab hold of the handle of the Modobag and you pull it out. Just like that. Once you pull off the plastic sleeve, your Modobag will be sitting on this foam pad. Make sure you keep the foam pad because it'll be used in storage later on. But for now, you'll take the Modobag, remove it off the pad, and you're ready to go. Next thing you want to do is charge it. We want to make sure that you charge it 12 hours before your first ride. We kept the battery at about 30% just for shipping purposes. So you'll find inside the bag, you have a charger and you have a charging cable. I've already unboxed the charger, so I'm going to use that here. First thing you do is plug your charger into the outlet on the wall. You'll see that an indicator light turns on. It'll be green, indicating that your charger is functional. The next step, unzip the top of your Modobag, and all the way on the right side, you have a charging port. Plug your charger into the charging port and you'll see that the light on your charger turns red. This basically means that your battery is in charge mode. Once that turns green, then your battery is fully charged and you're ready to ride the Modobag. Now that your Modobag is fully charged, you'll see that the indicator light on your charger is green. You can safely unplug it and move on to the next step. The important thing for this step is that your Modobag is on a clean surface, away from distractions, and in an indoor environment. We also want to make sure that you download the user manual online and watch this entire video so you know exactly how to ride your Modobag. The first step to riding your Modobag is where you're supposed to sit. So we've got a seat pad here on the top. You can sit anywhere within this seat pad. Some people who are taller like to sit in the back like I do. Other people like to sit more towards the front. So once you find yourself in a comfortable position on the seat pad, you want to take out the foot pegs. So basically, you take your hand, you put it under the foot peg channel, and you pop it into place. This is done on both the left and right sides. Once that's done, you can just put your feet on the peg. Make sure that the ball of your foot is on the foot peg because this is going to give you the most stability and give you the most agility when you're riding. Now that you're seated comfortably on the Modobag and your feet are in the right position, I'm going to show you how to deploy the handlebars. So I'm going to show you in two ways. I'm going to lift up the Modobag so you can see more clearly, and then I'm also going to sit on it and deploy it that way. So you want to make sure that your Modobag is powered off in this whole situation so that you don't accidentally hit the throttle. The first thing you want to look at is the quick release lever. So basically, the lever in the unlocked position allows you to open and close the handlebar, and when it's in its locked position, that's when it's the most stable. So whenever it's extended or closed, you want it to be locked. So I've just released the quick release lever. Then you want to pull up the handlebar to where it snaps and make sure you lock the quick release. The next thing is everything on the dash. So you have your power button, which you could power on now. You have your speed toggle, which has two settings, indoor and outdoor speed. Outdoor speed is when the speed toggle is pressed in. Indoor speed is when it's released. We want you always to ride indoors with the indoor speed. The next thing is your LCD, which has your battery indicator. You have two USB charging ports, and you have your charger for your Modobag. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to close and power off your Modobag. So to power off, just press the power button. All the lights turn off. You know you're safe to close up the handlebar. To close up the handlebar, you want to release the quick release lever and then press down the handlebars. When you're doing this, make sure that your zippers are not in the way and that your flap is out of the way. We wanted to make sure the handlebar was as long as possible, so we grabbed as much tolerance as we could, but sometimes you just want to make sure that everything is closing safely. So once this is released, push down your handlebars till you hear a snap, and then make sure to lock your quick release. This is a really important step. It always needs to be locked when your handlebars are down. Finally, you can zip up the front flap. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like when you're actually sitting on it. So, first thing you do when you're sitting on there and you've got your foot pegs out, open up the front flap, release the quick release lever, pull up the handlebars, they snap, lock the quick release lever, power on your Modobag. So in order to use the handlebars, you want to make sure that your hands are on the handlebars at all times in riding position. The next thing is locating the components on the handlebars. So you have your brake lever on the left hand, you have your thumb throttle on the right hand. For the brake lever, you want to make sure that you have 2 fingers on the brake lever at all times. For the right hand with the thumb throttle, it's a very responsive thumb throttle. Just like on a motorcycle, how you wouldn't go and crank on the throttle, you want to make sure that you never crank down on this thumb throttle. I want to show you now how to use the thumb throttle. So basically what you want to do is ease into the throttle. You'll see I'm not even sitting on the bag, and as I press it down, the bag starts to move. And this isn't even at full capacity. So when you're first starting out, we want to make sure that you're going about that speed and making sure you're not pressing as hard as you can on the throttle. Once you've located those 2 components and understand them, a quick test you can do to make sure that your brakes are in good working condition, just push the bag forward with your feet and press the brake lever. Push it backwards, push it forward, kind of get a feel for the brakes and the bag, the maneuverability right here. It's a really safe place to test that. Once you got a feel for that, you can put your feet back on the foot pegs and press the thumb throttle. Again, ease into it. So once you ease into that, then press the lever and you will stop, and you can kind of see how these 2 components interact together. When you're finished, press the power again, all the lights turn off, release the quick release, hold the front flap taut and make sure the zippers on the sides are out of the way, and push down the handles till it clicks. Take the quick release lever, again make sure you lock it, zip up the front flap, close your foot pegs, and you're good to go. Finally, once your Modobag is all zipped up, you can use the tow handle. So, tow handle's on the back. Basically, to pull out your tow handle, you press the button right in the center of it. Your handle will go through 2 stages and lock into place. You can make sure that it's locked by just pressing on it and feeling that it's sturdy. To tow the Modobag, you can pull it behind you, pull it in front of you. We have these 2 forms of towing it for different situations, basically more versatility. You also have this position, which is really nice to let the bag just sit. And one added feature that's pretty cool that we added in there was the fact that you can sit on this. You could have a little backrest here, or you could close this down and sit on your Modobag whenever the situation is that you need a seat. To close the handle, you want to just press the center button here, push down, and then just give this a tug, make sure that it's locked into place, and your Modobag is ready to go.